3, 2, 1. Driving in my car down some whiskey. Hey, there's Cole, he's trying to flee. DUI, now he's gonna die. I'll drive 100 miles per hour. Little does he know, I filled up on gas. I'ma get his Miss March loving ass. Driving in my... what's the fucking next line? Oh yeah, I remember. Pulverize this fuck in my kick-ass truck. You just ran out of luck. Truck! Hey everyone. This is Nefarious Reels. I'm Deathstalker 4.
And I'm a Whitest Kid You Know.
I'm Deathstalker 4, The Quest for Peace.
Oh, so that's why they call it that.
Yeah, that's why it's called that. Yeah, we're Nefarious Reels. I hit Cole with my car while driving under the influence at 100 miles per hour and killed him.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he came back to life, so it's okay. He was just in a coma for 4 years, and I hit him with a baseball bat, so it's fine. But yeah, we're Nefarious Reels. We talk about bad movies. We talked about 2 of them. And one of them was one I recommended, which was the retro pick, and that was 1991's Deathstalker IV Match of Titans. And
Deathstalker IV.
Yeah, Deathstalker IV. The IV for peace. The match for Titans.
Yes. The quest of Titans.
Exactly. So in Deathstalker...
The match for peace.
Yeah, all that. Every single one of those titles is completely how this film's pronounced. Deathstalker 4, Match of Titans, The Titan for Peace, The Match of the Titans, Wrath of Titans, yep. Deathstalker 4.
It goes by many different titles.
Many different titles, just like Deathstalker. But Deathstalker 4, Match of Titans, the guy from the very first Deathstalker movie comes back. After we get to sit through a whole preamble of, hey, remember the first movie? To explain who Deathstalker is. Deathstalker is on a quest to get his sword back because he accidentally switched blades with another guy he got into a fight and into a big battle with. And he's trying to get it back. So he's going to this castle where there's a tournament. That sounds kind of familiar. And he's going to take part in it, try to get his sword back. And he also has to stop the evil queen there from doing evil things. Hey, wait a minute, that also sounds familiar. And he also has a lady that was a princess, but is currently on the outcast because her castle was stolen. She's got to get it back. Hey, that also sounds kind of familiar. Weird.
Suspicious.
So, Cole, what'd you think of Deathstalker 4, The Match for Titans?
It was... Spoiler alerts, it's better than Deathstalker 3, but it's not as good as the first Deathstalker that we've talked about.
Yeah, I agree with that. Interesting history that we've kind of been through all the Deathstalkers. You've seen the first one, we talked about it here with Timmy.
Yeah, we obviously did not talk about the second one on here.
Because that one's actually good.
That one's actually low-key kind of entertaining.
Yeah, that one's pretty fun. Then there's 3. It was, and let's see, Deathstalker 1 because it was up against Spiral. Then Deathstalker 3 was a boring slog. Yet that one still won in a trilogy. It beat 2 movies because it turns out we just were really fucking shit at recommending films that year. And Deathstalker is kind of the most successful series I think we've had on the podcast. And time to see if Deathstalker 4, The Match for Titans, will square up to that.
We'll see.
Yeah. Well, it doesn't start out the best. I mean, it's basically the first, 5 or 10 minutes. It's just literally, Deathstalker. Remember the first Deathstalker? Where he has to he fights a bunch of guys, and then he goes to the castle to take part in a tournament, but he's got to defeat an evil wizard guy by getting the things. By getting the MacGuffins. And then the film starts. Also, as I stated, it's the same guy. It's actually the same guy from the first film, which is kind of cool. That
it was the same guy. When I looked it up in the credits, I was like, oh, okay, it is.
Yeah, it's cool that he reprised his role after, not coming out. He's, the second best Deathstalker in this franchise.
After Deathstalker from Deathstalker 2, of course.
Yeah, the Deathstalker 2 guy. I mean, he's a banger. I also think they made him a little more funny in this movie. He's not as serious in this one as I feel like as he is in the first one, and taking a bit of cues from that the second Deathstalker.
Yeah, I think it works. It's a movie that works a lot better when it goes into the not so serious route,
Yeah,
and then it just kind of has fun with it, even if I kind of found like some of this movie kind of boring, and it also just sometimes was never fleshed out fully, and then certain things happen in the third act, and I'm just checking the time on, because obviously this was on
it's a
YouTube. I
pretty
was like,
short movie.
oh, we're an hour in, and I just feel like we're getting everything set up now.
Yeah, it's like it feels like, okay, we've just kind of hit like we're about to start the second half of the movie now, and it's like, oh, we're almost done. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh, there's 15 minutes left. Okay.
Yeah, that's the two main things I think. The big issue is it takes a lot from the other two movies. Like, oh,
Mm-hmm.
he's going to a tournament. Well, that's basically what the first movie was. Oh, his companion is a woman who was once the princess, but now isn't, and wants to kind of reclaim that throne back. Well, that's from kind of the second movie. It's horny, so that's also the second movie. Sillier protagonist, not as silly as the second one, but that's also still taken from the second movie. A lot more furries in this film, I feel like. So that's also taking probably from both movies with the pig. You know what? They brought back the pig, though. That's a plus.
Furry-like.
They brought back the pig,
like
as in they brought back the clip from the first movie that had the pig do something in it.
That remind you, hey, we had a pig, remember?
That was my Avengers moment.
And now look at this person dressed up with a cat face.
Yeah, you got Cash Face, you get
which
wolves.
I think was like a leopard.
I think you get a bear at one point.
I think so.
It's a little silly. It's a very furry-coded movie. We're trying to show people that, well, guys, we're not furries. I know we watched Baby Cat, but this film kills all their furries, so it's fine.
Yeah, there is a lot of fighting furries and slaughtering furries.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. It's pretty fast, because it's just like first... Another issue is, of course, it reuses scenes, which, like, the second one did that, too. But it was, I think it was mainly just, like, the party scene, which, ironically, they also took for this one. Or, like, the big brawl scene when everyone's kind of fighting in the dining room. But it's like, okay, we have the opening where we have to talk about Deathstalker, establish who he is. Because, no one's gonna watch... No one watching Deathstalker 4 is gonna watch the first Deathstalker. Are you crazy?
Yeah, why would they ever want to watch the previous versions of this movie? Like, we're on the fourth movie. No one should have to take their time and actually watch at least the first one so they get more context.
If you're watching a trilogy, see, when I watch Lord of the Rings, I don't start from the beginning. I immediately jump straight to, like, the decimation of Smaug. No, the Battle of the Five Armies. That's the only one I watch. Because it's the last one, so it's obviously the best one. Because that's how it works. That's when they finally figured everything out, and that's clearly where all the high quality is.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just sitting there and watching fucking the Return of the King, the epic final battle. Frodo, Samwise are throwing the ring into Mount Doom. I'm like, oh, man, I could be watching the Battle of the Five Armies right now. I could be watching a good movie. Yeah, but it's like, it's only an hour 17, and it's really weird because, like, when you watch it, it's like, feels like it's chopped up and edited really weird. Like, scenes kind of just end out of nowhere, and then it moves on to a completely, like, different scene. You're like, wait, did I, like, miss something? But no, that's just how it is. Like, they had, like, a whole movie, and then they were told, oh, you have to trim it down. Yeah, it's just really weird, because it feels like I missed something, and it's like, no, I didn't miss anything. It's just that, no, that's just how it's edited. Like, I don't know, maybe there's a Snyder Cut somewhere that exists, and it's an hour and a half long.
Please no.
It's where, like, the plot of the movie actually makes sense.
Deathstalker 4.
Release the Deathstalker for the quest, or the Match for Titans cut, where the film actually makes more coherent sense.
Cut.
But yeah, it's this feels a little hard to talk about. Because it is straightforward. Deathstalker shows up, they go to the tournament, they're like, there's something weird going on in this tournament, everyone's drinking a bunch of wine, and then there's, like, the climax, which is, like, the last 5 minutes, really. It's all a lot of build-up, and then he just confronts the woman, and then she dies, because she was, like, too horny or something. Right, are you still there?
Yeah, I was just a little deep in thought right now.
This is a very deep film you need to think about, of course.
I mean, yes, it is. I mean, it's Deathstalker, like, the most layered and dense quadrilogy until, I think that remake comes out, what is it, like October 10th, I
October
think?
10th. It's a month away from now. It's going to be so bad. We're going to have to watch it. It's going to be
Holy shit.
crazy. Can you imagine, Cole? Did you ever believe that one
October's gonna
day
be packed.
there is
We
so much
got
Deathstalker remake is coming out in theaters? Pretty hyped. One of my hyped films of the year I get to watch. I'll have all the lore ready. I'll understand what happens in it.
I'm actually surprised we're getting. I know, but I'm actually surprised we're getting a Deathstalker remake. But it's also amazing that we're also getting a Silent Night, Deadly Night remake too, which I think is also.
Yeah, that comes out in December. That's
What?
also pretty hyped. This is the year of Nefarious Reels, man. What can we say? We get not one but two remakes of films we've talked about, film series we talked about. I mean, I backed the Deathstalker remake on Kickstarter, actually, so, like, I knew it was coming. I didn't think it was going to come out in theaters. I thought it would just get, like, a silent streaming release. I didn't realize they were going to be like, yeah, we're putting this in a fucking
one
movie
of those,
theater.
Yeah, streaming releases.
Yeah, kind of like that.
Honestly, props, mad respect to that.
Very epic. And I'm going to understand all the lore in Deathstalker. No, it would be great if, one point in the film, they just bring back the footage of the fucking party scene again. Just rip it straight from one and just put it in there. That would be just such a throwback. And they could do it. The 4K of Deathstalker did come out, so it's not like it'll be low-quality crap. It'll have some level of, It would still look worse because you're competing with, like, modern-day cameras, but still, it'll be pretty epic.
Mm-hmm.
I also tried to be fair to Deathstalker 4 because I was considering rewatching the entire franchise because I did get Deathstalker 1 and 2 on 4K, mainly for Deathstalker 2, but, it was in a 2-pack, so I had to get the first one as well. But I decided, no, I'm going to give Deathstalker 4 a fair shake before I just go, oh, it's no Deathstalker 2, but, like, nothing can compare to Deathstalker 2. Yeah, but basically, there's the tournament, but everyone's getting super drunk on the wine, the queen's wine that she's always pushing it for everyone to drink. And they're like, oh, there must be something in the wine.
Yeah, I wonder why.
They're putting chemical in the wine to make the frogs gay.
Exactly. I was also just going to say, it's just really good wine that she's like, everyone needs to taste this.
What's your opinion on wine?
I made the best wine in the entire land.
As a Wisconsinite who drinks alcohol like every day to survive, what's your opinion on wine?
Wine, I'm kind of in the middle on. Like, I don't hate it. Like, if we have some, I'll drink it, but I do kind of... It depends on the type, because I kind of like the more kind of sweeter. It's weird, because, like, I don't like it when it's, like, too dry, but I hate it when it's, like, super sweet, where it feels like I'm just drinking juice. Like, I need something that's, like, lightly sweet, but also leans towards the dry as well.
All right. Well, as someone who grew up in wine country, California, I have to say that I love wine, even though I hate it. So, I love wine, and you should drink a bottle every day, everybody.
A bottle
every day, like a wine mom. Go to California, wine country in California, and go buy a bottle today. Buy 10 bottles. Buy 7 bottles, so you have 1 bottle for every day of the week. But not the wine from this fucking bitch's castle, because if you drink it, it'll drug you and you'll turn to stone. And then she'll roofie you and try to have sex with you.
Yep.
And that's not cool.
That's not cool at all.
Remember, kids, if a stranger tries to get you to drink a bunch of wine, you have to say no.
Yeah, thank you, Pooh and Piglet.
Yeah, unfortunately, this is Deathstalker area. Okay. They did not have a VHS tapes at the time to save them from this.
Very sad. Yeah, they weren't able to know. Not just with strangers, but what do you do when someone of high royalty asks you to drink some of their wine? There's the okay and not okay wine drinking, you know?
Yeah, if you're touring out in California wine country at the vineyard, it's okay to wine test because that is high quality product. From some random old biddy that conquered a castle like 30 years ago, is trying to force wine on you all the time, just say no. There's also there's another character in it because there's the female, but she's just there because you need a female lead to beat up a woman in skimpy bikini armor, which she does. But you also have this big muscular guy. His name's like Vadidi or something.
Yeah, something like that. With
He's
the
an
long
athlete. He doesn't drink. He's a good boy. It's against his code of honor because he's so fucking cool. He's one of the gym bros. He's not gonna fucking ruin his epic bod just to get a little bit of wine and just snatch some of that puss. Be real here.
Exactly.
He's that bro. He doesn't even want the puss. He's just like, yo, bro, I just want to work out my sick abs in my workout life.
My abs.
He only does it because, like, Deathstalker and him are such cool bros and definitely not gay. They are definitely not secretly lovers, that's for sure.
You never... I mean, do you not get the whole point of just, like, being very close with the bros?
Yeah, they're just one of the homies, man.
It's just boys being boys.
Hey, yeah, playing with the boys. It's like that. Yeah, but yeah, she gets close, and he's managed to actually get the antidote, which is good, because that saves Deathstalker's life. Because as he's trying to figure out the secret and to save his friend and get his sword, which he sees because he's spying on the, he spies on the queen, who's looking into the mirror and is witnessing an orgy, and he's like, yeah, fucking orgies, that's so hot. And he's like, wait a minute, that's my sword on the fucking wall. What the fuck is this?
What is going on
here? You see
here?
Deathstalker's sword, and it clearly outplays shittier looking prop sword that looks worse in comparison.
Gotta love it.
But yeah, that's how it's because of the work of Vadidi, which I guess is his name now, because I'm not going to look up what it actually is. He's able to get the cure and is able to save Deathstalker from turning to stone and becoming one of the Queen's evil soldiers, because once you turn to stone, you become an evil soldier for the Queen. And he's able to come to life, he's able to kill the wizard guy, and he's able to defeat the Queen because her sword catches fire, and that's like, oh shit, that's my one weakness. He turns to stone and dies.
Oh shit.
He's like, sorry, but the way of my epic sword and my not gay visor of Vadidi is too powerful for the fucking whorish throes of some dreadful thought. The power of the homies once again defeats the fucking evil that is the matriarchy. And then that's the end of the movie. That's really it. That's all that happens.
That's really what happened.
There's not really a lot of fighting in this film, actually, when I think about it.
A very quick, under 80-minute movie with some action, some story. Like,
bit of laughs here or there.
Elements of everything. Yeah.
I mean, Vadidi, he's no Tuppen character, but he's still pretty good.
Well, yeah. I was just also about to mention, what did you think about the music?
It was okay. It didn't have the iconic Deathstalker theme that I was hoping for.
Mm-hmm.
I was waiting for that.
I just thought...
Da-na-na, da-na-na-na-na.
I just thought it was absolutely hilarious when it at times sounded very techno, but like video game-like, where it sounded similar to any kind of game you would just hear on the NES, and you're just kind of wondering, okay, am I picking up a controller now?
Gotta pick it up. It's the quick time event. You have to beat the guard at that wheel fight.
Oh, man.
Yeah, there's still fun to be had. Not as much as, like, other films, I feel like. But I like Vadidi. I like his trainer. That guy was goofy. He was fun. He's like, you gotta keep working out. You gotta get your vital juices back. I like during the fight with Deathstalker, when Vadidi loses his weapon, the other guy just runs in and gives him a sickle and then runs away.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, very funny.
Yeah, it was so fucking funny. It's fun. I don't know. Like we said, there's not much to talk about with it. It's Deathstalker 4. You kind of know what you're getting into with it, I feel like.
There's stuff that happens, and then other stuff happens, and that's about it.
Like, it's a thing, like, you know what you're getting into with Deathstalker 4, but, like, it wasn't a complete slog. It was pretty fast. I can't really say I was, like, bored out of my mind with it or anything.
It's boring, but it's less boring than Deathstalker 3.
Yeah. Like, I wasn't bored out of my mind going, like, oh, fuck me, we're still going. So, you know what? That's a big plus. I guess while we're here, let's do our Deathstalker ranking since we finished the franchise.
Yeah.
I think we're gonna have the same ranking go. Bottom is Deathstalker 3, which was
Yes.
fucking boring. Then
It
Deathstalker
was doo-doo.
4.
Yes.
Then the first Deathstalker.
Yes.
And then Deathstalker 2, which was epic, and we unfortunately can't recommend here because it's too good.
It's an actually kind of good movie.
Yeah, so it's like, fuck, we can't talk about it. This is bullshit. How will people know it's good? They're just gonna say, oh, 1, 3, and 4 are bad, and they didn't talk about the second one. It must be fucking terrible. They're not gonna watch it. It's terrible. It's a curse.
Nope, it's the opposite way around.
It's pretty good. Buy it on 4K. Buy the Deathstalker 1 and 2 4K, so that way Shout Factory will release 3 and 4 on Blu-ray, and I can buy it. Just to be like, yep, I own all the Deathstalker films.
Yep.
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 Mm-hmm.
I'll tell you what.
I'll tell you what. Whoa.
I'm out here selling propane and propane accessories.
Also, propane and propane accessories. Think I'm gonna get them.
Now, Bobby?
Propane man, you gotta get Bobby. Just them little man. I don't know, Hank. It's just not gonna be the thing, man.
Pocket sand.
Anything else you want to say about Deathstalker 4, the match for Titans?
Not really.
All right. Well, short discussion, only 23 minutes. I guess then we're gonna move on to the modern recommendation, which was yours. Whoa, the one I killed you for. I fucking ran you down with my truck because you loved it so much.
If that's what you want to call it, but yeah. So my recommendation was 2009's Ms. March, directed by both Trevor Moore and Zach Kreger, and also starring them. Obviously, if anyone doesn't know, they're part of that comedy group, The Whitest Kids You Know. I'm assuming you've watched some of it.
No.
Like, I'm assuming you've seen. Have you seen some of the clips on
No.
YouTube? Okay.
Like, the most I've heard about it was what you told me when you recommended it last episode, Miss March's last episode.
Okay.
So we get two different experiences. You get a guy who watches a lot of The Whitest Kids You Know, and you got a guy who hasn't seen it at all.
Fun. But yeah, so just like a basic plot synopsis, this movie, it's centered around two best friends, Tucker and Eugene, and they're basically childhood best friends, like forever. They've grown up together. They, start playing when they're like, they hang out. They're probably 9 or 10, and they scrounge it. I think it was Eugene's brother's room.
Yeah.
For like specifically baseball cards, but then Tucker finds the Playboy and he's just excited and then becomes basically a horn dog the entire time, and all the girls hate him. And then Eugene's promoting abstinence with his girlfriend Cindy, and they do make the promise though that they will do the deed after prom, but Tucker gets Eugene so drunk that he falls down the stairs and gets into a coma for 4 years, and he finds out that his girlfriend is now a Playboy model, and they go on a cross-country road trip to reconnect. So, what did you think of this movie?
Well, I'll give it credit where credit is due. It made me laugh out loud once in like the first 10 minutes. Then it got like a couple, like 2 or 3 chuckles through the rest of the movie. So it makes it better than probably at least like half the comedies we talk about on here. But overall, if this was my first impression of The Whitest Kids You Know, I would probably be like, yeah, I don't know if I really want to watch the show if it's like this.
Yeah, it's very different from like a lot of the sketches on the show, is what I would say.
I know you said there were bits that were kind of like the bits from The Whitest Kids You Know. I'm gonna make a guess, but one of them is the abstinent presentation that they did.
Yes, the abstinence presentation is definitely one that is very similar to something that was done on like Whitest Kids You Know.
Yeah, because I remember watching that, and that scene played out, and I laughed out loud. I was like, this is a Valerian disease, and it just shows on the screen the kids, and I'm
Venereal
like,
disease.
and I was like, yeah, this is
And it's
100% a
these middle
bit
school
from
kids.
Yeah, and I was like, this is 100% a bit probably from the Whitest Kids You Know, because there's no way a regular boner
Yep.
comedy would do that. Like a regular joke would have just been like Tucker making like inappropriate comments during the presentation. He goes like, "Boo! Show titties" or something.
Yeah, that's what I was expecting to happen at first, but then yeah, it didn't. Which I was like, okay, it's a little surprising, but a nice breath of change of pace. But then yeah, once they show the picture of venereal disease, I'm like, yep, that is definitely something that they
It's
would
a
have done as a
really
sketch.
good build-up because they have the whole like bit where it's just like he's talking about his brother, and then they hook up, and then they got syphilis, and then the baby burned the house down, and all that, and they're building it up. And the punchline is when they just go, okay, they're like it's like the standard story, but it's like played up a lot. And then the punchline isn't like oh, that's just it. Or something like that. The punch is like, okay, now we're gonna just show you what a fucking STD looks like on screen. And that's kind of a banger. Also, I did laugh. It's a really great dry joke, basically, right near the beginning, when Trevor finds the Playboy, and he just walks away, and then he just goes, "You're lava, you're burning." It's just like, whatever. And that got a good chuckle out of me.
Whatever. That was actually kind of funny. He's just like, oh, right, we were playing that game. Fuck it.
And then that's when it started veering quickly into just boner comedy stuff. And then I was like, okay, well, here we go. That was the funniest part. And now it's all downhill from here. But luckily it did have I think most of the funny stuff is probably all the pre-coma stuff for me. With the exception of probably about one other bit that got a chuckle out of me. But I do think this film is at its best when it's like pre-coma. Okay, no, there's two moments post-coma that got a chuckle out of me that I'm remembering. But we can get those later, unless you want to hear them now.
Yeah, we can hear them now if we're still talking about it, technically.
Yeah, sure. I got a chuckle when the firemen showed up, because the thing I was like, oh, firemen are fucking psychopaths. And then they show up and try to murder the fuck out of them. That was great.
But the fireman thing was actually kind of funny, like, especially when they go across states, and it just makes me go, does every fire department just have some kind of relay system where they're like, hey, you gotta watch out, there's this Tucker guy on the loose, and
you know that
he did this he stabbed his girlfriend, which is the sister of one of of a local fireman, so we gotta kill him.
Look, it's like mailmen. All mailmen just know each other, and they all like stick together. As a mailman, I know this.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Gotcha.
It is like a case of like, oh, you're one of our own, and we'll take care of you, kind of thing. That's at least I'm assuming it's like that. Except in this one, it's just fucking murder.
Yeah, they just bring their axes and they're like, yeah, we gotta kill now.
And the other bit that made me laugh is when they're in the party bus and Trevor's about to have sex with a girl, but then the car hits like a bump and she gets launched out the window. Like, super launched out the window, because she's just on the bed and it hits one bump and she bounces up and then careens out the fucking open window. And it's just a long pause where Trevor's just looking at the bed. Like, if it immediately cut, I don't think it'd be nearly as funny. But the fact that Trevor just stands there for a good, like, 15 seconds as it keeps cutting back to, like, the empty bed is pretty good. And I think that's mainly all the post-coma bits I chuckled at.
Okay, cool.
So get ready, because I'm going to be negative for the rest of the film now. I now have to hate it for the rest of it.
I was about to say, like, it does have some of that genuine humor that does actually kind of work, and, I mean, it also does veer into that typical boner sex comedy 2000s tropes with, you know, teehee, boners, sex, dicks, and also poop jokes.
Haha,
get it?
Stinky.
Get it? He can't
stinky
control
poopy.
his bowels because he... Yeah, get it? Because he doesn't control his bowels. And, yeah, atrophy. Because of that, and now he's pooping everywhere.
Uh-oh, stinky. Stinky poopy. All that. Trevor's really annoying. He gets some funny stuff, but he's mainly annoying. And there are bits where, like, that good part, that's, like, where he's, like, a good friend kind of bleeds through. Like, a couple times. Like, the first one that stood out to me is, as I mentioned, pre-coma, when he goes to their abstinence presentation. Because in my mind, I was ready to be like, oh, okay, he's gonna get bored. He's gonna be like, show the titties, show sex, or something like that. But no, he's like pretty supported. He tries to rally more applause from the kids. He's respectable during it. I appreciated that. But then there's all the other times like, yo, bro, I have sex. It's gonna be awesome. We gotta go fucking stick your dick in a pussy. I have sex all the time. Yo, horsecock.mpreg. Let's go.
Horsedick.mpeg. Hell yeah.
Yeah, he's just gotta deal with all that.
Yep. Yeah, and also that friendship is also never, like, talked about, really. It's just like, oh, yeah, I know this guy. He's kind of a lowbrow rapper. Well, pre-coma, he was like, yeah, he's just this rapper I know called Horsedick.mpeg. So, like, he's gonna go in this limo with us for prom, and now he's, like, in post-coma, he's, like, the biggest pop star in the world.
Talks about sucking that dick as I fuck your ass.
Yes, because that makes so much sense logistically.
Yeah, because you have two dicks. You have your one really long dick to reach around, while the other person sucks the other dick. Yeah, it's basically just like a boner road trip comedy, sex thing, whatever. Like it does it I don't know what it. How do I talk about this film, man? It's a road trip movie. You know, he's gonna have he promises his girlfriend in a tree, which was kind of funny. He just climbs up the tree. He's like, "Hey, I'm in the tree," and they're like, "Oh, okay," because you can't just like call her on the phone or something.
Mm-hmm.
You have to have sex with me. My sister has sex all the time, and none of her kids are crack babies. Yeah, but he promised to have sex with her, then they go to prom, and then they go to after party. And Terrence is like, yo, you gotta have a shot to loosen you up, so you don't blow your load quickly, and then you gotta have another shot for luck, and then just another one just in case. And then he falls down the stairs, get knocked into the coma, and then Trevor Moore hits him with a bat, and that cures him. Yeah.
I just thought you were going to say just a little more, but no. Okay.
No, I don't want to take too much. This was your recommendation. You are the whitest kid I know, so you should talk about the film.
I mean, yeah, technically I am. Yes.
Yeah, you're in Wisconsin. The sun's never out. I'm in Arizona. The sun's out all the time. You are probably whiter than me.
Baked.
Super baked. I got a fucking... I'm so baked, I got a fucking flip-flop tan line. Oh, do I have to explain what a flip-flop tan line is?
You don't really have to. I think I can understand it.
Okay.
I mean, I basically I don't tan per se, but I do get like a farmer's tan kind of.
Yeah,
because especially when it's summer out and the sun's more out, I do wear a lot more t-shirts. And yeah, it only gets up to like a certain part of my forearm, so...
Yeah, I get that. But yeah, Miss March.
So yeah, we talked about what... But yeah, Ms. March. We were on baseball bat, you said?
Yeah, baseball bat. Baseball.
Yeah, it was baseball bat, and oh my god. I just watched this Sunday. Where the fuck was that point? We're in post-coma, right?
He just got woken up by the coma by Trevor.
Yeah. Right. Yeah, it like he just woke up because, you know... I don't know if I want to refer to him as Trevor or Tucker. It doesn't matter. Tucker, you know, he was trying to wake him up. So, yeah, he just tries to beat the shit out of him because that's what you want to do to your best friend who's been in a coma for 4 years.
As one does.
Exactly. And then Eugene's just like, you know, he's finally up. And then he's like, damn, what the fuck? Where's everybody else? Oh, yeah, your dad moved. He's down in Florida, I think. And then Cindy, we don't know where she went. She just moved out once graduation happened, so...
Your father left this note saying that he never loved you.
He was very disappointed that you just were in a coma.
He was like, no son of mine should be in a coma. You're dead to me. And then he left.
But, yeah, so... He gets kind of the spiel... He gets a bit of that spiel about how he was in a coma for 4 years, and then, there's the doctor, there's the nurse. They're trying to help him out since, he's also got atrophy, so he can't really have control of his full body yet. And then, and then we find out Tucker has a job. He's like a photographer, and, he's taking a picture of this family, but he's getting a little, let's just say, frisky with the mom in this family. And, of course, that gets the word from his boss, and he's like, dude, what the fuck? You got to stop groping the women here. And he's like, whatever. So here's my Playboy that got sent here. And then, he turns to it, and guess what he finds out? Cindy is a model.
No.
She's a Playboy girl.
Oh my god, I can't believe it. I never would have guessed.
I mean, wait, I gotta remember I gotta look it up again. What was the exact... Yeah, so like that, those like one little sentences they have right before they do the plot synopsis on Letterboxd?
Yeah.
Yeah, so the one they have for this, like the tagline is, after 4 years in a coma, Eugene Pratt is going to be reunited with his high school sweetheart on pages 95 to 97.
Oh, hot damn.
Damn. But yeah, Tucker's then like, hey, we got to get you out of here, and, we got to go see Cindy, which is really his excuse to obviously go to the Playboy Mansion because he's such a horn dog.
He's so fucking horny. Am I right, bros, or am I right?
You're right, bro. Yeah, high five. But, those plans go a little bit, they're pushed ahead a bit because, he and his girlfriend that we met earlier, I forgot what her name was, and I'm just going to call her blonde girl.
She's epileptic.
Until I remember it. Yeah, she's epileptic, and he just always... I don't know. He kind of downplays it. He doesn't really take it a little too seriously. So, like, they're on a date. They go back to his place, and, she's got her mouth around his quack. And then, he puts on a strobe light, and she bites it. And then he stabs her with a fork. And then that's where also the firemen come in. And then, he steals them. They drive off with... like less than $10, like less than $100, and they got to go all the way across the country to LA. Pretty epic road trip, guys.
You're totally epic road trip, bro. They get attacked by firemen. Oh my god, so crazy. They stop at a motel. Trevor takes a bunch of penis enlargement pills.
Yep. Eugene can't stop shitting his pants.
He just fucking blasts ass everywhere.
He doesn't. He keeps spraying. He sprays gas all over the place because, again, it's been 4 years and he doesn't have full control over his muscles yet.
I was thinking that they're gonna blow up the gas station.
I was thinking that was gonna happen, but the explosion comes later. But we'll get to that. But yeah, Tucker's just very nonchalant about everything. Like, he kind of, I wouldn't say he doesn't care, but he's kind of lacking any kind of self-awareness where he's just like, oh yeah, my best friend who just woke up from a coma a couple days ago is not really in control of his own body.
No, we have to go now. We have to go. You only have 4. He went from like, oh, you just 4 days to getting back all your muscles to, we're leaving now because I fucking stabbed my girlfriend with a fork because she was biting my cock because I gave her an epileptic seizure.
Let's see. I'm trying to go through them. Yeah, so that happens. Oh, yeah, they were going to go, and then, obviously, that's when we get that news about horrorstick.mpeg. Tucker says he's like the biggest pop star in the world, and then they're like, hey, maybe we can use him to help us get across country because, he's probably got a tour bus and he's got everything there. So their plan is to get to Horstick. Their plan's Horstick.
Horrorstick.mpreg.
MPEG.
Yeah, that's what I said.
But before they get to, Chicago, they gotta, it's like 4 a.m. They just need to sleep a little bit, spend the night, and then Tucker's giving Eugene the laydown in their motel room, motel room about what's the right etiquette for being a Playboy gentleman. And then, he lights up a pipe and then burns their room down. And then, of course, because it's a fire, firemen come, and that
And
leads
they
to more
know.
escalation. Yep.
It's fun seeing more axes keep getting added to the car as they drive.
It is kind of funny. Yeah, like they're just throwing them at them, and they're just getting stuck.
Yeah, they're just really embedded in there. Yeah, the thing, not too much happens road trip wise. It's just eventually they just get to the mansion because it's just like they leave the hospital, they just drive the whole time. They go to the motel that they burned down. Then they drive some more. Wait, something happens to the car and I don't remember.
Oh yeah, what did? Oh fuck.
Because something happens to the car and they call, or do they just straight up go, oh, let's just call up Horse Dick and then he'll ride us, and then they get kicked off? Cause I could have sworn something happens to the car.
Shit. Fuck. It's been a couple days. Damn it. But something happened, and then that's where obviously they. Didn't it explode? Actually, didn't that blow up?
The car? I don't remember what happened to the car.
Because I think that's when, at the point, obviously they were, yeah. Fuck. But like something happened, so yeah, obviously they call up HorseDick.mpeg, and then they use his tour bus to take a trip out to Los Angeles to get to the Playboy Mansion, and then stuff happens. One of Horse-Dick's girls gets catapulted out of the bus because of a bumpy road,
And it's never mentioned ever again until the end of the movie.
Until literally the end of the movie. And then Eugene just shits his pants in the bus, and then that's when they get kicked out, and they're in the desert.
Yeah, then they get picked up by lesbians because, it's a boner comedy. We need lesbians to be making out for a scene.
We gotta do that whole male gaze thing, and, we gotta get those boys more enticed. We already got dick jokes, poop jokes, sex jokes. What else do we need? Lesbians.
I was waiting for the bit where they showed up, like they were arguing. The girl show was like, we need men to drive us to LA while we have hot lesbians. And they go like, go away, we're having an argument. And they drive off. I was expecting something like that. That would be more funny than what actually happened, because they just get in the car and then they just drive as the lesbians have sex, and then Trevor keeps crashing the car into things.
Yeah, he keeps crashing it because it's like both distraction, but he's also like trying to get their attention.
He's like, when is it gonna be my turn?
But they do eventually get to LA, and they get to the mansion, and it's the party going on, so they try to get in, but once again the firemen come by hunting Tucker, and they find a way to sneak in and then use fireman uniforms to walk their way through. And then they're just obviously trying to get away, and then eventually Tucker finds the lesbians again after they just breeze on through like nothing, and then one of them opened the lock with their tongue.
Because funny, haha, sex, lesbians are good with their tongue.
Yeah, haha. Yeah, ha 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 ha. And then Tucker meets Hugh Hefner.
Yep, and he's just like, hot broads are cool, but you need to find the one, because it's about quality, not quantity.
Yeah, and then Hugh goes on this story about this one girl that kind of got away, and then he kind of misses the time he had with her, and then Hugh's just like, with all the other beautiful women, if I got one more day to hang out with this girl that I grew up with, it would have just been all better. And it's like, okay.
All right, well, Hugh Hefner, you're still kind of a freak.
The point, because he's just always like, ew, Uggo.
He's
what
like,
the fuck,
no boner for me. Ew, for this bitch. Yeah, but let's see. Eugene finds, what was her name? Candace?
Cindy.
She finds Cindy. He's like, how dare you be a whore for Playboy? And he's like, I was doing it for you. Trevor never told you. He's like, no, he didn't. And I was expecting that to blow up. But until I realized, wait, there's only like 15 minutes left. There's not going to be a blow. There's no time for this.
I was really... If there was like 15 more minutes, you probably get like a little bit of a breaking, like a falling out. But, doesn't really happen.
Yeah, because that fall never really, because like their big fall happens when they get kicked off the bus, and like that's kind of the big moment. But they don't really resolve it. It's just the lesbians show up and they're like, okay, we don't care anymore. Let's go.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, fucking. In the end, it all gets resolved. You know, they hook up. Uh, what was their fucking name again? You literally just told me. I already forgot it.
Cindy.
Yeah, Cindy. Cindy and Eugene decide to get back together. Trevor gets back together with the girl that he stabbed in the face, so he doesn't get fucking executed on sight. Hugh Hefner lets everyone in, and a horse stick doesn't have a penis.
Yeah, horse dick does not have a penis. It's again played for laughs.
I didn't find it funny. I mean, I kind of expected it because it's like, oh, they're playing up how he has so much sex and how awesome he is and how much he has a big dick. It's like I thought it was like, oh, the penis is gonna have like a small dick or he doesn't have dick and balls or something, and that's what it is. And it's like, oh man, it's so funny that they showed the shot where it's just like his balls and then like his two fucking straws. Man, that was so funny. And everyone's like, oh my god, he doesn't have a dick. Oh man, I laughed so fucking hard that I died.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, like I said, I had one out loud laugh. I had a couple chuckles. Trevor is mostly annoying, but occasionally he's got some good stuff. But yeah, that's really it. You know, I don't really get a lot out of Miss March, unfortunately.
Really it. And then you get like a little bit of a post, like a mid-credits scene that plays during the credits, and you find out, oh, that one girl that fell out of the bus, that flew out of the bus, yeah, she's still alive too.
And she's now going to kill Trevor Moore, but you know, in the sequel, that'll never happen.
Yeah, and that's really the movie.
Yeah, that's the whole movie that we watch. Pretty epic. What can we say? Did you like the part when the dog peed into the glass and then she drank it? And it's like, this is good. And then she got regular champagne.
I was laughing. Oh god, yeah, I was rolling on the floor laughing.
You're like,
and
wow.
Then when she picked up the other, and then when Tucker picked up the other glass for her to drink, she was like, "This tastes like shit.
I want to drink more pee." And he's like, "Okay, the one glass of pee coming up." And then he throws the dog over his shoulder off the fucking balcony. Oh, it was so fucking funny. I've never seen that before. And it was like on brand with like one of those like shitty parody comedy movies.
Mm-hmm.
I think I said everything I want to say about Miss March. Miss March, more like I'm parched for some actual good humor.
Ayo.
Ayo.
Yeah, this was probably not like the best way to get into like humor of the Whitest Kids You Know. So I did send to you through the the Discord. Just there's a playlist of some of the sketches.
Yeah.
So if you just want to watch them at any point.
Yeah, definitely. I'll give it a look through later tonight. Or will I? But yeah, I think I said everything I want to say about Miss March. How about you?
Yeah, I probably said enough.
All right, well, with that, now that we've finished discussing both movies, it's time for us to pick which one is the better of the two. Cole, which one of these two movies did you prefer?
It might be a little bit of just bias, but I will go towards Ms. March. Just because maybe I think it does help that I was like, even if, you know, obviously some of the humor is kind of cringeworthy, especially with just sex comedies are very, I would say, a little too risque, and they just kind of rely on the same type of jokes. But when it does get to that like Whitest Kids You Know kind of feel, it does actually kind of work. But yeah, it also was more entertaining, I would say, overall. Like I never felt like overly bored than I was when I felt like I was almost checking every 5 minutes during the second half of Deathstalker 4, but both of them are at least more watchable than some of the other junk that we've watched on here.
Yeah, definitely. I'm also picking Miss March. I think I got more out of it as a comedy than I did Deathstalker 4 as an adventure action movie. As much as it pains me to give you the win, I have to be honest with myself, and I'm also gonna do Miss March, even if it's only a little funny. And for a boner comedy, I don't think I'd ever really want to watch it again. Maybe if I was rewatching clips of the stuff that I knew I thought was funny, or maybe those first 10 or 15 minutes pre-coma, I'd watch that. But everything else, I think I could
Mm-hmm.
skip. That's a point for you. That's a point for the modern films, which usually don't get a lot of points. So good for them. But with that done, we can now move on to questions. Remember, if you have questions to ask them, we actually got a decent amount. We got 4 questions. So, we'll see how it goes. So, the first one's from Robert, which is how would you rank the Neil Breen movies that you have seen before? Now,
Ooh, okay.
I've only seen 2 because I save my Neil Breen films for the right occasion.
I think I have a list. Let me double. I'm gonna double check, but yeah, you go on with your Neil Breen
My
ranking for
duology.
now.
Uh,
Yeah, your duology.
so what I consider the worst Neil Breen film is definitely Cade the Tortured Crossing, the first one.
You
Uh,
mean Twisted Pair?
yeah, Twisted Pair. That one's my least favorite one of them. Didn't get as much fun out of it as I did with my favorite
Okay.
one, which is Faithful Findings, which was an
Well,
absolute
yeah.
blast to watch with my friends at the time. We literally stood up and clapped. We legitimately stood up and clapped at the end of that movie because it was so awesome. I loved it so much I went out of my way to buy a Blu-ray copy of the film that cost me a pretty penny. So that kind of makes me cooler than all other Neil Breen fans.
Yeah. I wish I had a Blu-ray copy of that, but I do have the DVD for Cade the Tortured Crossing.
Yeah, I do too. So that's pretty cool. Oh wait, Cole, on eBay you can buy Neil Breen's Fateful Finding on Blu-ray for only $950, or the best offer.
Nine 950?
Yeah, that's what I said, $950, or the best offer.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it's only $950, Cole. It's easy money. Like think of it, Cole. Do you want to be some kind of loser that doesn't own Fateful Findings on Blu-ray?
Fuck. But $950, that's a little ridiculous.
Just get a
I'm
second
sorry.
credit card and it's fine. It's either that or you're gonna have to wait for a 4K release to come out, so that way it'll crash the Blu-ray market for Faithful Findings. I mean, that's what happened with the Miami Connection. The Blu-rays were stupidly expensive, but then Vinegar Syndrome did a 4K release, and it crashed the Blu-ray market for Miami Connection. Anyway, but that's my ranking. What about yours?
Okay, so I had to look through it again. I mean, this is what I have for right now. So do you want me to go from probably worst to best?
Yeah, that's how I did it.
I mean, I did rate all of them ironic 10. I did rate all of them 10 out of 10s because, of course, it's Neil Breen.
Yeah.
So, but the worst one I would say is Pass Through. It's also been a couple years since I've seen. Yeah, so I think I remember. Yeah, I watched like all of these before Cade came out. So that was 2023. So yeah, once we got those links, I was like watching those back to back. So, but Pass Through, it was interesting. But I don't remember much from it. But again, it's also been like over 2 years since I've seen it. I'm just trying to read the premise too, because artificial intelligence from far in the future arrives to immediately cleanse the human species of millions of humans who are harmful to other humans. That's insane.
That's a mouthful. Say that
It's
5 times
very much
fast.
it's very much like it is kind of like I am here
Now.
dot now. It's kind of like that, but yeah, it's just also the same kind of thing where it's just, violence is bad and that's really what happens.
Yeah,
So he's
where are
just trying
those
to
good old
stop
family
corruption again.
values on which we used to
But
rely?
hmm but yeah, he actually like wipes out people that are actually dangerous to other people. So Neil, you the man.
Neil, you crazy son of a bitch, you did it again.
All right. And then number 5, it is I Am Here Now, which again is like the same thing. It is kind of the same thing, but
Yeah.
it's also kind of hilarious when it becomes like a big social commentary about some of the corruption of like big corporations and just humanity in general. And then he's playing God.
Does someone resign as president of the bank?
Not in this one, no. That I
Damn.
remember. Yeah. I'm trying to even remember what exactly happens. There's like, yeah, like some shady business going on. Some girls like I think it was this one that like they resort to prostitution. I think it was this one. I think it was I Am Here Now. But yeah, that one's funny. And then number 4, we're gonna go Double Down. His first feature, just absolutely amazing. I'm an American. I love this country. I can't go on. And also is, the beginning of some of my favorite Neil Breen tropes, specifically the naked women, but he doesn't show the boobs. It's just from the backside. Always hilarious.
Oh, I love them
Number
back muscles, baby. Oh yeah, show me them
Don't
shoulder
ya?
blades.
Show me everything. But yeah, number 3, Twisted Pair. Again, just absolute peak of art. Oh, can't forget. This is the first of 2 movies where Neil Breen does a dual role, so very much
So that way he can be
very
nominated
committed to
for
the whole
best
craft.
actor and supporting actor,
I know he was absolutely robbed.
as usual, because Hollywood just doesn't get it.
Yeah, they don't get it. And then number 2, Cade the Tortured Crossing, and especially with Cade, since I got to see this in a theater with a very rowdy crowd.
Lucky.
It was very fun. It reminded me of when I saw The Room, when they would when they would bring that in, and how everyone just kind of laughs along with the movie. I mean, it was pretty epic.
Nice.
And then yeah, I bought the DVD once Neil sold it, so I was like, "Thank you, Neil." And
Thank
then
you,
obviously number
Neil.
1 is Fateful Findings.
Obviously, Faithful Findings is an absolute
I think it's
banger.
just the most iconic of his movies. It's
Pretty
probably got the
epic.
most. It's got like the funniest scene. It's got the funniest lines, the funniest scenes. All of just the random laptops on the top on his table when he pours when he's drinking coffee, and then he's like trying to pretend. Ugh. I've hacked into the main government frame. I will expose all of the corruption. I resign today as president of the bank.
Then pulls out a gun.
I resign as your local senator.
Oh, and they all kill themselves.
Yep.
Pretty epic.
Just absolutely amazing that Neil ended corruption just like that.
It's just that easy, guys. Why aren't you guys doing that?
Yeah. Are you stupid?
Obviously.
Just be like Neil.
Anyway, I guess we answered that. We'll move on to the next question from Mattias, which is, how do you predict 100 girlfriends will end? They trigger the third impact.
They trigger the third impact.
He gets the 100th girlfriend, and that's what does it.
It all goes tumbling down, tumbling down, tumbling down. Let me down.
You see a giant version of God in the fucking Fanta ocean.
Yep.
And then he fucking strangles, I don't know, the fucking first girlfriend. And that's how the series ends.
Well, I think the first girlfriend was technically Hikari.
I think it's the Tsundere, isn't it? Isn't the first one the Tsundere?
Let's see what the order is, because I know they both pop up at the same time, but I always forgot who was technically the first one.
It's fine, whichever one. They both become super gay for each other, and then they become like the lesbians in Miss March.
Yes, Hikari is the first one. Is technically girlfriend number 1, and then Karani's girlfriend number 2.
So you're saying these names, but I don't know what any of them mean.
Okay,
You got the
damn it. It's
tsundere, or is it the yandere that's number one?
Yandere's number one, Tsundere's number two.
Ah, dang. I thought it was the tsundere that was number one.
I mean, yeah, that would definitely be funny, especially as a person who'll never shut the fuck up about Eva, so
Yeah. That's probably what Timmy's
Timmy and I
hoping.
would be very
Timmy is
excited about
secretly
that.
hoping, oh, I hope the third impact gets triggered by the end of this. Because it's like his two favorite things combining into one.
That would be hilarious.
We should see if we can bully Timmy into doing a write up of how 100 Girlfriends should end. We could have him just write about how it should be the trigger of the third impact.
Just 100 Girlfriends fan fiction that just leads into Evangelion.
Yeah, have him be like, you gotta write an article about how 100 Girlfriends could possibly end, the different directions the ending of it can go, and the final one will be about how they trigger the third impact.
Mm-hmm.
Look, if Crunchyroll wants to be respected as a news site, they need this story. It's very important. What other ways do you think 100 Girlfriends will end?
I mean, probably. I don't know if this is like generic route, but it's probably going to be more towards, obviously, he gets the 100 girlfriends. They all live happily wherever. They probably live at the estate of the Yandere's house, Hikari's, because her mom is loaded and also one of the other girlfriends, and so is their maid. So, that might happen. Because what are we at? Like, we're like up to 30?
We're at the 30s right now, I believe. Maybe we might have just hit the 40s, but I think we're still in the 30s.
Okay.
No, the newest one is another underage girl, so it's like weird.
I mean, aren't there like 80-year-olds also that he's girlfriends with? And
That is also
literally...
weird too, but like, I mean, I'm not saying that's not weird either.
Yeah. Yeah, I get what you mean.
It's just one of those things where, like, someone who's older,
iffy.
you kind of can get away with a little more, I feel like. But when it's like, it's literally just like a fucking child, it's just like, eh. I mean, granted, I guess maybe that's why they have him date his cousin first. Because then every other child is like, well, at least it's not his fucking cousin.
Sweet home
Oh, yeah, that's a spoiler, by the way.
Alabama.
I don't think the anime's gotten to that point yet.
It hasn't, but I have checked like where they're at, and I have read the descriptions, and I'm just like, oh.
Yep.
Yeah, I just looked at it. We're at 34, it looks right now.
Yeah, so we got a long while. My estimation is that he'll get 99 girlfriends, and the 100th girlfriend will be like this like goddess of the universe who's gonna bring balance to it. Because, Rantaro, you're only supposed to have one lover. You're not supposed to have 100, and I'm going to end this once and for all. Then the power of 99 girlfriends will conquer all, and the goddess will be the 100th girlfriend and will fall in love with our main character guy. Then the harem will be completed.
Okay.
And then it ends with a big dance scene, just like all the other good movies. They hit the gritty, they do the emoji, they do the shimmy slide, all the dance moves.
Oh, yes. Well, obviously, if they got to do the shimmy slide.
They gotta do the shimmy slide. I don't know what other cool dance moves that happen in Nefarious Reels films, but definitely they're gonna do the shimmy slide. So any other possible endings? We got the Timmy ending, which is the third impact happens. We got the Jedi ending where they literally fight a fucking god of the universe. And then we got your ending, which is just a standard slice of life ending. So there's your bets, everybody. Place your bets. It's going to be one of those three. Our next question...
And these are the only three that are going to happen.
Yeah, the only three that are going to happen. Nothing else is going to happen. It's going to be one of those three.
And you're going to tell me, oh, there's writers on this show. Yeah, no. We make the ending.
We make the ending. Literally, the creator of this manga, they're huge fans. They told me, they emailed me. They're literally going to make a character based on us. They're gonna gender bend both of us, and we're going to be one of the girlfriends. He told me all of this, so look forward to that. And that's one of the endings. Bro. Yeah, just trust us, bro.
Trust us.
Our next question is from our favorite titular baby cat, Landon, which is, what films have you heard feedback about from TIFF this year that you're excited about? I don't know. Did David Okada release in TIFF this year?
I
don't think so.
Don't believe so.
I think I would have heard about that. That would have been the first thing I've heard about. I don't know. I haven't been paying attention to TIFF. It's full a bunch of fucking weirdo cinephile losers. Hi, Mattias. Hi, Timmy.
Wow.
Shout out.
I mean, I've probably paid attention the most, probably out of the both of us.
Here, give me like a quick rundown.
Um,
I'll tell you if it sounds interesting to me or
yeah,
not.
because I'm kind of going through what like Matthias and Timmy saw, because the stuff that they were watching is probably what I was the most interested in anyway. I know there's some other ones they couldn't get into, but the one that they couldn't get into that I am waiting for is the Smashing Machine with The Rock.
Oh yeah, I guess I'm interested to see that a Rock in a more serious role since
Yeah,
Southland
it's really,
Tales.
if yeah, you want to say that, yeah, really.
I mean, this more serious role seems a lot more up his alley, so it's definitely interested to see that.
Yeah, it. I mean, like the trailers look. I mean, the trailers made it look interesting, and it actually, I very much like seeing The Rock trying to take some kind of risks instead of just being himself. He can actually play a role that still seems to work to his strengths.
Yeah, definitely
So
looking for it.
there's
Especially the
that.
makeup makes him not look like The Rock at all. It looks really good. So,
Yeah,
definitely really interesting.
the
So
way
that
they like made him look was damn impressive.
yeah, it's like really great. It makes you not get distracted that it's The Rock. So
Mm-hmm.
I think that's also going to help a lot because there is sometimes when you watch a movie and The Rock's in, it's like that's just The Rock. Come on, guys, be serious here.
It's just The Rock's in it, but he's playing a guy.
Yeah. But with all the makeup that's able to kind of like throw him off. It's also why I think why like he like with Moana, he's able like because Moana I haven't seen Moana, but like I know everyone really likes it and they think The Rock did a great
Neither have I.
performance, and I think it definitely what helps is like he's voice acting. It's not just it's just The Rock. It's like you can get into the character of Maui, I
Mm-hmm.
think is his name. Oh, excuse me.
Yes. All right, let's see what else. No other choice in the new Park Chan-wook movie.
The one
I'm
about an unemployed
very.
guy that murders everyone else to get the job.
That's basically his plan. Yeah, that's basically the synopsis. He's trying to eliminate the competition. Yeah, there's
Yeah, I mean,
that.
bro, is it me? I got a full-time job and I didn't have to kill anyone.
Good. Well, good for you.
Thank you.
Let's see. Oh yeah, it was just an accident that also won at that won the Palme d'Or also at Cannes this year.
What
Very
is
interested
it?
in that one.
What was it?
I'll just do the briefs. Oh, okay. Yeah, I can just read the brief synopsis quick. I know I'm gonna butcher this name, but Vahid, an Azerbaijani auto mechanic, was once imprisoned by Iranian authorities. During his sentence, he was interrogated blindfolded. Oh, he was interrogated blindfolded. Okay. One day, a man named Eggball enters his workshop. His prosthetic leg creaks, and Vahid thinks he recognizes one of his former torturers. That's basically the synopsis, and any kind of festival reaction I've heard of it is generally really positive.
They're just like, yeah, it's all right. It's a
And I'm
decent
just
movie.
like, Palme d'Or winners, I'll probably keep more attention to, especially or just any of those that are like in competition for the Palme d'Or. So got that. Junk World, got that. A bunch of us we did just watch Junkhead recently. It's prequel, so it'll be interesting. Go back into that world.
You got all the lore.
It's actually weird to say because apparently Junk World is technically a prequel to Junkhead. So that's interesting. So that'll like to see where that goes. Do you want me to do little more descriptions, or just want me to like run through a bunch of just movie titles?
You can keep going. This is definitely a you question. I'll just sit down and read a book. Let me know when you're done.
All right. So then we got Sentimental Value, the new Joachim Trier. What else? Yeah, we got that. There was another one that I remember. Oh, Arco. It's a new animated movie from Neon that looks really interesting. Very interested in that. Guillermo del Toro's Frankenstein, which is gonna have a limited theatrical release in October, so very excited for that. We got The Secret Agent with Wagner Moura. It looks, just reading the synopsis about it, looked kind of interesting. Hamnet from Chloe Zhao have been kind of mixed on her previous two movies, but the positive reception, I'll give this a chance. Miguel, I think that's how you say it, Magellan, the Lav Diaz movie. Definitely need to check that out. What is Matthias? Seeing if anything Matthias watched that Timmy didn't. Just because of what he said. What was it? The Furious. I'll definitely check that out. Or want to check that out. The new Knives Out movie, Wake Up Dead Man. And let's just wrap it up with Nirvana, the band, the show, the movie. I definitely need to get around to that show at some point.
All right. I need to check out that show,
And yeah,
too.
that's a pretty good list. There's probably some other ones I'm forgetting, but honestly, I could probably go on for like another 10 minutes, but I feel like we should probably get to some other questions right now.
Yeah, that was question number 3. We only got one question left, actually.
Oh.
But it's from Ben, which is, have either of you recommended a film for Nefarious Reels that you wound up unironically liking in some way? If so, what is it and why? Well, there's like a good amount. Like, easily, you probably can go to probably our top 10 or top 20. And there's definitely probably things in those films that we really like to get them that high, considering we've talked about over 180 films.
Yeah, we are at 186 right now.
Yeah, soon to be after this episode, it'll be up to at least 188, depending if you do a trilogy or not.
Spoiler alert, I'm not doing a trilogy, so.
Oh, okay. Well, there we go. But yeah, there's a good number of things. Like Boxcar Bertha is like kind of actually a pretty decent movie on its own right. I got a lot of it. Tammy T-Rex is fucking wild. Hard Ticket to Hawaii is wild. Super Mario Bros. Pretty crazy design and everything, and takes the Mario thing to a weird direction. Ice Cream Man's really funny. But Where Children Play has one of the greatest endings in cinema history.
But Where Children at Play, obviously just hilarious.
Demonic Toys is just a decently fun B-movie horror. The Wizard's just this weird little thing. Fantastic. Showgirls
Power Glove.
It's so bad. Showgirls is like kind of a real movie. Fucking.
Yeah, I was about to say, how many of those would you say? How many of like actual? How do I want to say artistic movies? Because a lot of these do feel kind of like slop. They kind of feel just generic, randomly generated, or they just don't feel like they have as much effort put into it. But Showgirls is very upper echelon in like what it's trying to do, and then obviously it's eventually had a cult following since it initially released, so that's definitely interesting because there is a good amount of people that love this. So
yeah, and then you picked it because it won a Razzie.
Yeah. On the 22nd of September, it will officially be 30 years since it dropped in theaters.
Wow.
Like, theatrically wide, not including premieres or limited.
Maybe I should watch the 4K I own and finally figure out if she, in fact, did or did not slip on the doo-doo. But yeah, there's like a ton of movies. You can lift some of the movies.
I was about to say, some other ones that we talked about that were definitely kind of good. Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Definitely was kind of fun. Just like a movie made under, I think, like $4,000 and by some college students, just about a killer turkey during Thanksgiving time.
Every David DeCotto film. I gotta throw that in there. Every David DeCotto film we've covered is good.
I was about to say, that's more of like a for you thing.
Yeah, but it's a question to both of us.
Because there's some David DeCottos that I definitely enjoyed more than others, and then other ones I just basically wanted to kill myself while watching it.
Yeah, but I was answering that for me.
Yeah. Let's see. We got Freddy Got Fingered, Night Killer, Street Fighter, Suburban Sasquatch, Congo,
Plan 9 from Outer Space, Silent Night, Day of the Night 4, Initiation, Fantastic Four, the original one, Roger Corman. Bedtime for Bonzo. Freddy Got
Yes,
Fingered.
for Bonzo.
Eight
Howard
Crazy
the Duck.
Nights. Robot Monster. Evil Bomb
Yes,
1 and 2.
only those two.
Only those two. Maybe 3 for Feeling Generous.
Yeah, like
Ouija's can get a
3 is
pass.
at least the last one where it gets to like watchable, where I legitimately do not want to think about the sweet release of death.
Can't forget Scrawl. Really underappreciated
I
sleeper
always
hit.
forget about that we did Scrawl.
Scroll's one that I see, I remember, and I go, yeah, that was actually a pretty decent film. That wasn't too bad.
Whatever.
It's just one of those films that like you never heard of, and then you watch it and you like it, and then you kind of slips your mind. But when you remember it, you still like it.
Yeah, yeah. Mad Buddies. I don't think we mentioned that one yet.
Morbius.
More obviously. I will say it's Superman for the Quest for Peace because it was too damn funny.
Getaven, because he does the shimmy slide.
Well, yeah, he does the shimmy slide.
Like, there's a lot of charm with like a lot of these films. Like, even films we have down like in the 60s or 70s or something, or lower down. Because once again, remember, we've covered over 180 films.
Yeah. I was just about to say another one that I just thought of. Clash at the College.
Oh yeah, we have that film
I have that at
super low
right now.
Yeah, we have this film in like the lower hundreds, but we still remember it.
So bad, but we still find ways to talk about it.
Oh, what's these little round things? Oh, they're pepperonis. What
pepperonis? Oh, I can't have this.
I can't have those. Bye-bye. Goodbye. I can't. I'm going to be busy listening to a Rush Limbaugh at that time. Iconic movie. You know, what can you say? Even films that I don't really like will at least have something. Like Ginger Dead Man 3, I have it 108, also has an absolute banger ending. Alpha and Omega has Lily and Garth.
Yep, Lily and Garth.
You know, just all around.
Let's not forget the modern horror classic Megan is Missing.
Oh yeah, iconic.
The movie that got very popular, that was shat on originally, but then got rediscovered by TikTok as like the scariest thing ever.
Rediscovered by TikTok, which led to Lionsgate releasing a Blu-ray from it. So one good thing did come out from TikTok, and that's film preservation. Got a Blu-ray,
so
film preservation, man, we need it. Yeah,
I do agree with that. Like, physical media is important.
Like, I'll say, I'm happy for Michael Goy. He got a film. This little film that he made got a Blu-ray release. Good for him, even if it is absolute dog shit.
Yep. But one movie, I think we have to say it, one movie we will never forgive, The Singing Forest.
Oh, fuck you. Fuck you. The only good thing is that fucking poster, and I can never forgive it.
Never have we ever been so let down by a poster.
God, man, it's just...
I remember when you initially brought that out, mentioned that, after we watched the Kino, that was the after Quintilogy, and then
we watched that fucking and we hyped.
So let down.
I was just like, I already won this episode. Cole's just fighting for second place at this point. And it's just like, my God. See, now the Singing Forest brought down my mood. I'm just ready to move on to recommendations.
All right. Do you want to
move
on to that now?
Yeah, now that we're done with questions, we're time to move on to recommendations. And since I had the retro pick last time, Cole, it is your turn to do the retro pick.
All right. So, I had noticed that I was looking at like my list again of, when we did our wheel, like the 5 movies we each were going to pick and put on the wheel for the year 3 anniversary.
Yeah.
There was a movie I forgot about on there that I wanted to put on, that I wanted to have, but I just forgot about it. So I'm just not going to beat around the bush enough. We are doing 1996's Jack, directed by Francis Ford Coppola.
Francis Ford Coppola directed this movie? Huh.
Francis Ford Coppola directed this movie with Robin Williams, where he basically does what looks like a Billy Madison thing.
I haven't scrolled down yet, but I'm gonna bet that one of the people I follow has this film like at an 8 out of 10 and thinks it's a masterpiece because Francis Ford Coppola directed it. Nope. A 3 out of 10, a 4 out of 10, and a 2 out of 10. All right, so that means now we got that. Now we can move on to the minor recommendation, which is me. The next episode's gonna fall on the 1st of October, so I felt like, well, we gotta do a horror film. I perused my DVDs that I had, and there was this one film that stuck out in mind to me specifically that I've had on my shelf for a
Okay.
while. I've heard this through a YouTube video actually, and I purchased the DVD forever ago, and it's just been sitting there, and I kind of want to do it now. It's actually an anthology film as well.
Oh,
We haven't covered one of those in a long while. And it's a cool little indie film, so we get some of that enjoyment from it. And so, no more being around the bush. And also, just to note, one of the directors of the segments in this anthology is not only directed a segment in, I think, VHS 82, I believe, but he
85,
is
you mean?
82, 85. Yeah, VHS 85. But he also is the director of the upcoming film Silent Night, Deadly Night.
Oh no.
We're going to do 2006's Summer School.
Summer School.
Yeah, from 2006.
Oh yeah, 2006. I see it.
Yep. So, if you don't want to get spoiled for Jack or Summer School, how about checking out those movies in advance? Hey, how about also asking us questions? Because if you do that, we'll answer them. I guarantee it. Also, Blue Sky account I don't use. You should follow that as well. And we got the first 5 episodes on Spotify. That's pretty cool as well. And you all have a good day and have a happy Morbius.
A happy Morbius, a happy Ms. March,
A happy Deathstalker for the match for Titans.
the quest for peace.
Yeah, happy Trevor Moore. Happy Whitest Kids You Know.
Happy Zach Kreger, happy Barbarian.
Yeah, happy Deathstalker 2. Happy Deathstalker. Bye-bye.
Yep. Bye.